Walking Caminos in Spain and Portugal has taught me that having the right gear can so often be the deciding factor between success and failure. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 must-have items that will help you avoid painful blisters, save you money on Camino, and help you get a good night's sleep in those noisy albergues. On Camino, you'll be on your feet for hours, walking day after day through forests, villages, towns, and cities, over mud, concrete, gravel, stone. And if you want to get to Santiago, keeping your feet blister-free is so important. That's why you need must-have item number 1, a self-made blister kit. Let's look inside. Plastic bag. You can use a sandwich bag, or I've used a resealable bag you get at the airport. This way you can easily see what's inside. A pack of material plasters. Material plasters are better at sticking to feet than waterproof ones. Leukoplast. This is the best tape to secure plasters and padding to your skin. Scissors. These lightweight, fold-away scissors are made from sharp Japanese steel and are perfect for cutting tape and padding. Foam padding, an important item used to stop hot spots becoming blisters. Betadine to disinfect your blisters. Alcohol wipes for sterilization. And a pin. A blister kit is an important addition to everyone's backpack. It can not only save you a lot of pain and discomfort, but you can use it to help others too. Links to all the products are in the description below. Now, the next must-have item will help you keep your clothes clean on Camino, which means you don't need to bring as much stuff. And less stuff in your backpack, well, means less weight on your back. After a long hot day walking on the Camino, your clothes badly need washing. Lots of people on Camino hand wash their walking clothes. It's a cheap and easy way to clean them. Hand washing saves you money on expensive laundrette bills, and by cleaning your clothes and reusing them each day, you don't need to bring as many. I use this liquid hand wash. This little tube is around 50% cheaper than other brands I've seen along the Camino Frances. Like I say, it's cheap. This little tube does around 20 washes and it can be used in hot and cold water, because a lot of albergues, they don't give you hot water to wash your clothes in. So it's really important to get something that will work in both temperatures. Now, the next must-have item is super handy and has multiple uses on the Camino. This comes as a tiny little package and opens up into a full rucksack. This durable little backpack can be used as a helpful day pack if you have to transport your rucksack onto the next town, for groceries when you go to the supermarket on Camino, and it can be used as a piece of carry-on luggage if you put your main rucksack in the hold of the plane. This handy item, it takes up zero space, it weighs next to nothing, and it's built to last. I've had this since 2016. Now, the next item is essential if, like me, you don't get on with those dreaded albergue pillows. Staying in albergues and setting up your bunk is such a massive part of the Camino experience. But for me, albergue pillows often feel more like a stiff, old sandbag than a comfy pillow. Albergues are great. I love staying in them. But I don't love the crick neck I get from their pillows. So when I'm on Camino, I always take my trusty Thermarest travel pillow. The pillows come in different sizes and can be folded up to save space when packing. It has an adjustable toggle to improve its firmness, and it is so much more comfortable than those blow-up pillows. If you're staying in the wonderful Donativo albergue in Gragnon on the Camino Frances, they don't supply pillows, so this will come in very handy. The next must-have item will help keep some of your clothes safe in albergues. Sometimes on Camino you don't have the energy to hand wash, and when you come to use a washing machine, chances are you'll be sharing it with your fellow walkers, which is where problems can develop. I've seen so many people on Camino come back to the communal washing machine and find only one sock. Which is why this bit of kit is so handy. I take one of these, a net washing bag. It's really simple to use. When you're on Camino, you get your dirty socks, your underwear, pop it in, you zip it up, and you put the whole bag in the washing machine. And your clothes are able to move around in the bag and get washed. And more importantly, they don't get dispersed with everybody else's gear. When it comes at the end, your stuff is in here and it's clean. This, for me, is a great addition to your pack. Now, the next must-have item for me has been a real game changer because it takes so much pressure off your knees and your ankles. Some days on Camino will involve lots of walking on pavements and concrete, which is really hard on your knees and ankles. So when it comes time to stop, you owe it to your feet to put them in something comfortable to help with recovery. This brand does a great recovery flip-flop, and these have helped ease my sore ankles after I've done long walking days. Top tip, after you finish walking, try and put your feet in an ice-cold river. Then put these recovery flip-flops on. Your feet will thank you for it. Now, the next item is essential if you're walking in the heat in late spring, summer. It can get very hot walking on the Camino in late spring, summer, especially when you have no shade from the harsh Spanish sun. It's no joke walking in the heat. The heat makes you sweat a lot, but drinking water doesn't replace the salts you lose through sweating. And if you lose too much, it can cause headaches, muscle cramps, and in some cases, vomiting. And this is why it's so important to supplement your water intake with electrolytes, which is where these handy sachets come in. These help you replace salts lost through sweating, so they're perfect for sweaty pilgrims. Now, the next must-have item for me is essential if you're planning to stay in albergues, and these should be on everyone's Camino kit list. There's nothing better than a nice hot shower after a long day on Camino. But the last thing you want to pack is a big, heavy bath towel for drying yourself with. You need to travel light. Albergues and most hostels on Caminos don't supply towels, which is where this comes in handy. This is a microfiber towel, which is quick drying, weighs next to nothing, and with this little pouch, kind of keep it all together and pack it away so it really takes up no space and doesn't add much weight to your bag at all. There's a link to it in the description below. Now, the next must-have item is essential if you're wanting to get a good night's sleep on Camino. Albergues are a wonderful part of the Camino. Great for meeting people, sharing stories, and making friends for life. But sometimes with communal living, your luck can run out. And you get stuck with a snore in your dormitory. I strongly recommend bringing some earplugs. And these, they have some of the highest noise reduction levels I could find online for foam earplugs. And they're really cheap. It's about $6 for 30 pairs. So you can take spare pairs with you for yourself, and you can give some out to other sleep-deprived pilgrims. If you don't get on with foam earplugs, you can take some wax earplugs. And these work a little differently. They go kind of over the ear and not into the ear canal. And again, I'll put a link in the description below. Now, the next essential item is a bit of kit you wouldn't think to bring on Camino, but it is so handy. The simple peg, helping keep clean clothes safe on washing lines for centuries. But they also come in super handy on Camino. Rather than pack your wet towel away on a morning, peg your towel to your backpack and let it dry as you walk in the sun. You can also use them to impress your neighbours when you're drying clothes in your room. Add a couple of pegs to your kit list and you too can be a walking washing line. Now, before you go making your blister kit, it's important to know what types of socks to wear and how to stop blisters from forming. In this video, I show you tried and tested methods to keep your feet safe on Camino. So I recommend giving it a watch if you want to avoid painful blisters.